Yo people, what's good? You know what it is. More time, it's more time. I'm the monk. I'm back with another video. This time it's a Monk's Boxing Breakdown, episode 32. I think we're on the big 3-2 right now, you know. Could be the case. And one of my favorite boxers ever, you know what I'm saying, not for the skills but for the entertainment factor and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, is back and has got a fight very soon. I like it when they announce the fight and you've only got a month to wait to the fight, or you know what I mean, or the end of the month. This one's a quick turnaround business. Frank Warren has teamed up with the body snatcher Dillian Whyte, so you know, I don't know what's going on with Eddie Hearn right now, you get me? He might just not get on with Dillian, but for Dillian to be teaming up with Frank Warren is a mazzoline, because the nickname I used to get from for Frank Warren, aka Fish Eyes, I got that from Dillian Whyte, innit? From his little interviews and that, when he's calling man Fish Eyes and that. So I never thought I'd see these men work together, innit? And that's the case, man. They're working together now, man. Like Big Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte, and Frank Warren joined forces. Queensbury, you know what I'm saying, Queensbury Entertainment. And yeah, man, crikey, to see Dillian with Frank Warren is mad. But anyway, we got a big one. We got Dillian Whyte versus Joe Joyce. Oh my god, it's gonna be an absolute swinger. It's gonna be slow because we got big slow Joe, you know what I'm saying, man, like Joe Biden Joyce and that, you know what I'm saying. But we also got the body snatcher Dillian Whyte, who in his last fight against Tete didn't look all that, to be honest with you. But Dillian is one of those people that rise to the ops, innit? So whoever his opponent is, he will rise to that level. And if he's got a dead opponent, like I've seen him fight, is it Marius? Is it Wack? I think it's Marius Wack. He's shit, you know what I'm saying? He gets taken out all the time. And Dillian just couldn't get him out of there, you know what I mean? The guy was being stubborn. But then I've seen him, you know what I mean, fight Oscar Rivas, step up to that level, fight Joseph Parker, beat Parker. Even though the end of the fight was a bit sketchy, he still dropped Parker, one of the first people to ever drop Parker, you know what I mean? And so he's capable, he just needs to rise to the occasion. His last fight against, his last big fight when he was up in the rankings and that, was Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury bamboozled Dillian Whyte with the tickles and the hugs and the stories of sharing a bed when they were when they were young and came up together in the boxing circuit, you know what I mean? And that kind of threw Dillian off, because Dillian likes to have a bit of spite, you know what I mean? That's where he gets his levels from, you know what I mean? So if man's just pretending to be Dillian's friend the whole time, being super friendly and that, it's a good way to bamboozle Dillian Whyte, and that's what Fury did. But we didn't get the best performance from Dillian Whyte on that occasion. And since he's not really fought anyone of note, you know what I mean? And his last fight against Tete was a bit of a shambles. He should have got, Daniel Dubois got Tete out of there in a round or something like that. But then again, styles make fights, innit? And do I think Dubois gets Dillian out of there in a round? No way. I think Dillian Whyte versus Dubois would be actually a good fight, like stylistically, you know what I'm saying? And I give him a good chance in that fight against Dubois. I don't know why, but I just feel styles make fights, and Dillian could pull something out of the bag with that one. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, Joe Joyce, he's had a few good performances here and there. Dispatched of Dubois. You know what I'm saying? Easily made Dubois quit. You know what I'm saying? Just kept thumping him in the eye over and over again. You know what I mean? Until man's eye was all fractured up and that. But then he can have performances like he did against Chisora, which was his last fight. Did he fight Joseph Parker and lose to Parker as well? He's had a few losses in a row, Joe Joyce, you know what I mean? Slow Joe. And yeah, the last one was Chisora. We all saw Chisora's fight against Wallin. And Chisora, yeah, in the latter years has done a lot more than he's done in his younger days. I don't think he was taking boxing seriously in his younger days. Now he's old. He's a bit more wily, he's got a few tactics, you know what I mean? Not just the power, but he bowled over Wallin and bowled over Joe Joyce, man. And I don't think Joe Joyce was expecting that. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you. When I seen the fight announced, I was going Joe Joyce, you know what I mean? Just for the fun of it. Not for the fun of it, but the fun of it and from previous fights. But now Chisora washed Joe Joyce, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to tell where both of these men, where their levels are at currently in the game, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be interesting though. It'll be very interesting. Obviously you can see I'm not in the studio right now, so I can't do a tail of the tape. But I've gone through their last fights, their last performances. I think their records are pretty close, to be fair with you. You know what I mean? I'm from the press conference. The bit of banter that was going on was funny. You know what I mean? Dillian Whyte getting on Joe Joyce for being slow and delayed responses, delayed reactions and that, which was funny, you know what I mean? There's not much hate in the fight between the two fighters, unfortunately. I think it would be a lot better if there was a bit of spite. But they seem to get on, I don't know why, but from the press conference it seemed as though, yeah, they get on, you know what I mean? But yeah, people, this one is going to be one of the shortest Monks boxing breakdowns ever, because obviously I can't do the tail of the tape from the whip. I don't have the stats on me, but the stats are pretty close. Both men have had a few losses, both men have had a few wins, and yeah, both on the rebound, you know what I mean? Dillian Whyte's coming off a win against Tete, wasn't convincing at all. But then again, Joe Joyce is coming off a loss. So it's pretty, I think it is a straight 50-50 fight, to be honest with you. From my opinion, it's a 50-50. I don't think it gets any more 50-50, but I think I follow Dillian a lot more. I rate Dillian a lot more, just character-wise and boxing-wise. Man, that check left hook is dangerous. Dropped a few people with that, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, he's on that yard man funny thing, you know what I mean? Got the talk and all sorts. So, if I was to give a fight prediction, I'm gonna go with a Dillian Whyte win. It's hard though, because the stamina's the issue with Dillian. And I know it's not really an issue for Joe Joyce, stamina. You know what I mean? Joe Joyce runs 14 miles a day or some shit like that, you know what I mean? I know Dillian Whyte ain't running 14 miles. But I think what I think is going to happen is Dillian's going to apply a lot of pressure early, hurt Joe Joyce, so that way when it gets into the latter rounds, he'll be fatigued off stamina and Joe Joyce will be fatigued off damage, and then it's going to be a brawl to the end, and it's going to be entertaining, man. I'm really looking forward to it. These are the kind of fights that we want, you know what I mean? I got to big up Frank Warren for putting the fight on. There's some other fights on the card, but I might do them as a separate video, you know what I'm saying? Joe Joyce though, how Joe Joyce could win is just by stamina, just doing what he did with Dubois, just a heavy jab for like 8 rounds, you know what I mean? And then when Dillian starts to fade in the latter rounds, apply the pressure, try to get him out of there, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's 2 ways the fight can go. If I was to use a strategy for Dillian Whyte, it would be hurt Joe Joyce early. And my strategy for Joe Joyce would be stay on Dillian Whyte until he gets tired, stamina drops, and then try finish him that way. Both men need a knockout. I think there will be a knockout. Both men are quite heavy-handed, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Joe Joyce's durability is the same as it once was, so that's a factor. And Dillian Whyte, I hope you train for the uppercut this time, man, because you can't keep getting stopped with uppercuts, bro. Get a cross guard or something, you know what I'm saying? A little cross guard, or because you gotta stop getting hit with that punch. Like Dillian Whyte can take fucking overhand rights all day long, take hooks all day long, but uppercuts, fucking hell, just wipes him out. So he definitely should be training for that one. Yeah, my fight prediction is a Dillian Whyte win by stoppage in the 9th or the 10th round. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for the Dillian Whyte stoppage against Joe Joyce. And then hopefully Dillian Whyte can jump back in the game in the Riyadh season events, you know what I'm saying? And get some big fights, and we get to see... I don't want to see Derek Chisora, Joe Joyce 3 yet. What am I about? Derek Chisora, Dillian Whyte 3 yet. I would like some other fights first. I think that fight's always there, always on the back burner, you know what I mean? So if he does dispatch a Joe Joyce, then maybe we could get a Dubois fight. I know he's not worked his way up into that yet, but Dubois just might take it just as a fight to get through. And yeah, there's plenty more people to fight. The Bacoli, Dillian Whyte's got a bit of spite with Okoli, you know what I'm saying? So we'll have to see what go on, but I think I would prefer to see Dillian Whyte in them type of fights than Joe Joyce. I don't really rate Joe Joyce like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, but we're gonna get a great fight, people. Looking forward to it. Let's go, man. You know what it is. Monk's Boxing Breakdown, episode 32. Dillian Whyte versus Joe Joyce. And yeah, we're going for the Dillian Whyte win by stoppage in the 9th or 10th round. And that's it, people. You know what it is. More time is more time. I'm the Monk. I'm out of here. Salute.